back to our basic StarMade tutorial part 2 with me, the Digimazter. So last time we sort of had an intro of basics of the controls, over power, how modules work, and how I'm going to kind of help you guys set up your harvesters in the beginning to get more efficient use out of them quickly. So we sold some items and we bought a few items. This episode we're going to start by building a efficient, well, just a quick ship. You could build your ship any way you want. I'm not an expert on this by any means. This isn't going to look pretty. We don't have any hull parts or anything like that. I'm just going to throw it together, put some harvesting cannons on it, slave the cannon computer to it, and then go harvest a few materials. So, which we're going to get off of these asteroids, by the way. You can harvest off asteroids and planets. Each one of those, that, and that one, and that one over there, and that one too. And, oh yeah, don't forget about that one. Those are all planets that we can go to, and they all have atmospheres. That's what that cool color is. And they are kind of color-coded according to their atmospheres, I think. Pretty sure. I think blue planets are like ice planets. Green ones are these weird purple planets. Not sure about the other ones. We got a couple, looks like ice asteroids around us, which is cool. Got a green one and this orangey one, which is awesome. So let's get started here. Once again, we're going to hit X. We're going to just get our ship going. Ship. Hop right into our core by hitting R. Into build mode we go. So if we look here, our ship is pointing out that way. That's good. So we're just going to build quick and dirty here. I'm going to do it a little weird, I think. I'm going to go like this. Actually, let's just do it like this. Let's take our power cores and go out 4, like so. Just to let you guys know, there is an advanced build mode that you can access by hitting Control. I'm not going to go over how to use it. I know how to use it. I'm not going to use it in this tutorial. I'm just going to do it the basic way. If you want to know how to use this better, ask for a new tutorial, or you can Google it. It's not too difficult. It makes building so much faster and so much easier once you're building bigger ships and getting into more complicated things. You just get rid of it. You just let go of Control. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments down below. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Alright, there's our cube. There's our basic power. Server error. There shouldn't be any, but I'll tell an admin. Don't you worry, I'll tell him good. And then we'll just boop, boop. There we go. There's our basic little board computer. It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah. So how much power are we generating? Almost 3,000. And we're storing 61. So we're storing way more power than we need. We have way more of these power capacitors than we need. We have way too many. But that's fine. So let's go ahead and put down our salvage computer. And I want to be able to access this bad boy, so I'm going to put it behind my main system here. And let's do it like so. Oops, it changed position. Dunk. Alright, cool. As long as that's facing that way. You saw how the computer had a face to it. If you make this face this way, to where you can look at it from this direction, all your cannons will fire backwards. So make sure the actual face to the salvage computer is facing the back of the ship. I don't know why it works that way, but it does. So now we're going to place our salvage modules. And there's a thing I didn't say about salvage modules in the beginning, because I only placed one line. Is an efficient way of building them is to make them an array. So we're gonna do that slightly. So we're just gonna place a few like so, and then a few like so. And then we will put one here, here, delete that one, and do this. And why this is if they're not connecting, they're individual beams. So I get in here, hit T, and boom. See how we have, why do we only have 2 beams? Come on. We should have 3 beams. We might, I just might not be able to see the other one. Let's go ahead and hit space here. Are they connecting anywhere? No. So we have 3 beams. I'm just not able to see them because of the way it's connected with this guy. So that's not a big deal. But yeah, we have 3 beams. Just don't see it from this view. Let me go. We don't have any thrusters. Let's just go ahead and finish putting our beams on. And then our last set, we're actually going to do it like this. Right down here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? Now there's, well, you can see 3 of them because they're in view. So that's what our ship looks like with our cannons on it. Next we're gonna put our cannon computer. Let's get our cannon modules, our cannon barrels ready. And these ones we're just going to put down. We just want a 1-to-1 ratio equal with our modules. Boom. Then we're going to slave it like before, so we're going to hit C and unselect that. Hit C to select our salvage computer and V on the cannon computer. So now it is connected and our beams should be constant. Yep, if we hit T, we can see 100% from 20 blocks. Now we're going to throw some thrusters on. Thrusters are another block that it doesn't matter. Just the more you have, the more turning radius and faster acceleration you will have. Looks like I actually harvested some of the blocks from that asteroid already. So basically, you can just put them in a long line. You can put them in a big block. It doesn't matter. The more you have, it can't affect your top speed because the top speed will always be reached of the server, which is, like I said, right now like 75. But the more you have, the faster you'll get there and how fast you can turn. So let's get back in this bad boy, and you can see we can move and we're pretty quick. And on this asteroid, you can see these little white things right here. Those are a type of material, a mineral, a resource, and then there's another type of resource right there. So if we just go and eat it up, that's by left clicking, by the way. We can combine the beams all together into a single point and collect pretty quickly, really fast actually. So let's hit I so we can see what we collected. We got our raw shards and our raw ore. The ore is the circles, these ones, and the shards are these ones. Now, once you have a bigger array of harvesters, which that's what you're going to be building up at the beginning, is you're going to try to get a huge array to where you can just sort of sit here and take out the whole half or all of this asteroid in one swipe. We'll just, and this brings me to right click. Right click, what it does is it doesn't combine the beams at all. It just allows them to go to town separately, sort of like a shotgun would. Oop, let me get better braced up here and just go boom. See, we have 4 beams. They're working like champs, just like so. And they sort of shotgunned, but if we left click, they just all go to 1. Now, at this point in time with this little of harvesters, left clicking is faster, in my opinion. You harvest much quicker. You do have to move your mouse along a little more, but you could just constantly harvest, no problem, until you harvest all of this asteroid down. And that's what I'm going to be telling you to do now. The first thing I would do is to harvest 1 to 2 to 3 full asteroids that are near the shop in the beginning. We got a bunch of big ones here. We got one over there, this one, and we have a tiny little green one that's around here somewhere. I don't know where he's at right now. But just harvest them down, and once you're done with those, we can sell things. I'm only going to harvest down a little bit here because it's going to take a while. Because this is, at the beginning, it takes forever to harvest. So just give me a sec here, and I will be right back. Done harvesting this guy up. This took a long time with this amount of cannons. So I would probably recommend not starting with such a huge guy, or midway, after a little bit, selling all of the stuff you've gathered and buying more harvesters and cannon barrels to make a bigger array and be able to harvest faster, because this took about an hour just for this one guy, and there's several more around here, but he's all done now. So if we hit I, we can see I got 59 of the shards, 80 of the raw ore, and about a little over 10,000 of the material that it was made out of. So let's go ahead and fly back over here to the shop. Hit B. Let's make sure we're fully stopped by hitting Shift, hit B. And then we're just going to sell all of it. It doesn't matter what it's for. You can use these for crafting, but don't worry about that now. We'll be able to do more later. So these sell for 1 cred each, so that means we're actually going to get 10,000 credits. Shops have a certain amount of money that they actually own. This guy has almost 11,000 credits in him, so don't worry about him. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Sell this stuff, and they sell for 100 credits each, so we're going to make a good amount of money off here. And these are 100 creds each as well. So up to almost 40,000. That ain't bad, that ain't bad. I would probably buy more salvage modules. I'm not going to do that right now. It's a smart thing to do. You spend your money how you want. Salvage modules and cannon barrels make a bigger array. You can harvest these guys faster and more efficiently. And then you'll be good to go. What I'm going to buy, though, is what's going to help us get to a planet out of the starting sector, because this is the starting sector. If you're not playing on multiplayer, you can do everything I do in the next episode in the starting sector if you wish, right off the bat. But if you are on a multiplayer server, I'd probably leave the beginning sector unclaimed unless you are all going to be playing together and in the same faction, because factions are a thing. So that's what I would say at the very beginning. So what we're going to be buying is we're going to buy a jump drive computer, buy one of those, and then I'm just going to buy 4 right now, because why not? Let's just buy 4 of these guys of the modules, and we're going to buy a radar jammer. That's all we're going to buy at this point in time. And then we're going to hit space to go back into build mode. The reason I bought a radar jammer, which we're going to throw right there, is to help us, and it doesn't matter how it's facing, it's just a block. It is, if I go in here and hit T, we'll see we have a radar jammer. We can hit, and then we hit 9, and so hit left key, and you'll see how it's solid like that. But if you look on our HUD, over to the right, the blue bar, how it says 100% minus 418, and then if we move more, it gets higher up. That's our power bar, and then the one next to it, the green one, is our speed. On the left, we got our HP, our hull, I think, and then our shields. It actually tells you when you first get in here: armor, structure, and shields. We don't have any shields right now, which is an important thing to have. But the radar jammer keeps you hidden from those pirates that I was talking about. And this is us modifying our ship. Basically, you can modify a ship at any time. You can just break it down, put it back together, modify it. So I've just threw a radar jammer on there, hit T, assigned it to a hotkey, activated it, and we have enough power to where it's always active. So we have that. But if you get out of your ship by hitting R, and then you get back in your ship, you want to make sure you reactivate it, because it will be unactivated. Now we're going to add something cool. We're going to add our jump drive. So we're just going to add our jump drive computer right there. And then right here, we're going to add 2. And then over here, we're going to add 2 jump drive modules. And they look really cool if you put them in a fancy way, but we didn't. As you can see, they have the same pairing mechanic as the salvage modules and the cannon barrels. So make sure you place the computer down first and then these guys, or make sure you link them up properly. So now if we hit space and T, we have a jump computer. So we're going to put it on 8. We're going to hit 8, and then if you just tap left key, you'll see jump drive not charged. Holds left mouse to charge up in the right side there, right underneath the little mini map. So if we hold this, you'll see our power drain really quick, and that thing slowly fill up. That's because we don't have a whole lot of power, and it bases it off your mass on how much power it takes to generate to fill that refresh bar, I guess, to power it fully. And the more of those modules you have, the faster it'll do it as well, but then it just takes more power in one chunk. You see what I'm getting at? So if we had more power, we could hold this button longer and generate that faster in one button hold if we had more. The bigger your ship, the longer it's going to take and the more power it's going to take to get you jumping. But you just do that, hold it down. A good tip to do if you have enough money is to buy 2 jump computers and an even number of modules, and assign half your modules to one computer and the other half to another. Charge them both up, so in case you jump and you land on pirates, you have another computer that's already charged to jump out. That way you're not instantly killed by pirates. Has happened to me, especially since I ain't got no shields right now. So let's see, we're almost all the way charged up here. Can we do it? Can we do it? Alright, jump drive is charged. Right click to jump. Well, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to do that in the next episode. So this is basically how you get started. First things first is you sell a few things, buy more components, like your salvage and your barrels and power reactors, and you just put it together a really ugly ship, thrusters and whatnot, and then you go mining a few of these asteroids to your heart's content, and then come back, sell that stuff, build up a little bit better ship, get jump drives, because they're kind of expensive at first, get like 12,000 credits for just the computer, buy some jump drives and jump drive modules, a radar jammer, which is 12,000 as well, or 1,200, my bad. And then your ship's pretty much ready to jump around. You don't have any shields. If I was to take the time to harvest the rest of these guys, I'd put shields on this dude before I left, and I'd have a much bigger array of these guys, of salvage modules. One thing I want to tell you about harvesting asteroids, always harvest the whole thing. If you start harvesting in the very beginning of this and you only harvest part of it and come sell, go back and finish it. Make a couple trips if you need to, but if you finish it off over a certain amount of time, it will respawn. So especially on a multiplayer server, it's good practice to always harvest your whole entire asteroid so that it can respawn for other players. There's blue asteroids. I know for a fact that they're kind of rare. I see them quite often in the start zone. Almost every time I've started a map, there's been 2 to 3 right here, which is quite rare from what I hear. They give you the components you can harvest from them and refine. They can make shields, so they're really good. So don't waste those ones and harvest all the materials out, but leave the blue turf around, because it won't respawn for other people or yourself later. Do yourself a favor, harvest it all, and you'll be good to go. So that's basically it for this episode. Or this, not episode, but this part. We built our ship. We got it ready to harvest. We harvest stuff. We put some jump drives on. And we charged them up, ready for our next adventure, which is, well, the homeland. We're going to find a home. Yeah! So the next frontier is finding a home and learning how to pretty much navigate this mess, which is the galaxy map. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, check out part 3 of the tutorial and learn how to become a pro starter at, what is this game called? StarMade. No kidding. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye bye.